What's happening, guys? Welcome back. Let's talk about Curtis Blaydes versus Jon Jones at heavyweight. Curtis Blaydes has been making some noise online, calling out Jon Jones, stating that he's a tough matchup for him, that he has what it takes to beat the arguable GOAT. Is he onto something? Is he talking crazy? Let's get into this. All right, let's start with the basics. Let's go over their stats. So Jon Jones is 35 years old, 6'4", 250 pounds now, 84.5-inch reach, mixed martial arts record, 27 wins, 1 quote loss, and 1 no contest. 10 wins via KO and 10 wins via decision. Curtis Blaydes, 32 years old, 6'4", 260 pounds, 80-inch reach, mixed martial arts record for Mr. Blaydes, 17 wins, 3 losses, 1 no contest. Something to note from his record, 12 KO wins and 3 losses via KO. Alright, what are some of the attributes and pros for each fighter? Curtis Blaydes, the wrestling, main weapon. But he has ever improving stand-up. Definitely knockout power, is a threat on the feet. In a nutshell, that's Curtis Blaydes. Great wrestling for a heavyweight, pretty basic stand-up, knockout power. What about Jon Jones? Pretty much good everywhere. He can exploit weak areas in his opponents, but often chooses to engage at their strengths, beat them at what they're good at. I think that's kind of like an ego thing, something to prove to himself. We've seen him make fights tougher for himself, going that route, but I guess that's what makes Jon Jones Jon Jones. Let's go over some things. So, of course, this is subjective opinions, but this is how I feel about these matters. Cardio and conditioning, I'm going to give it to Jon Jones. But, little asterisk here, we haven't seen him push that heavyweight. There is a question mark there, but I think Jon Jones is a better athlete overall, cardio and conditioning wise. Yet to be determined at heavyweight fully though. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, BJJ, Jon Jones, at least in my opinion. Wrestling, I'm also going to say Jon. Now, maybe not in pure wrestling outside of mixed martial arts, but when we're talking about MMA wrestling, my money is on Jon Jones. Striking technical wise, I'm going to say Jon. The power goes to Curtis Blaydes. Fight IQ, I think we all know Jon Jones. All right, so how could this fight play out? Well, I'm going to say this. In my opinion, Jon is stuffing those takedowns. I just don't see him on his back against Curtis Blaydes. I think he would shrug off his takedown attempts, and I think he can take Curtis Blaydes down. Jon is going to be in the most danger standing. That's where things are a little bit more unpredictable. Things a little bit left more to chance. In the striking realm, grappling is a little bit more cut and dry. If you're better than somebody in wrestling and grappling, you should dominate. That's how that works. The same applies to striking. But there's a little bit of luck factor there when it comes to like strikes. A person can land something on a guy that's technically a better striker and knock them out. So when I say Jon would be in the most danger in that realm, that's what I mean. Curtis Blaydes does have big power. If he catches Jon with something, he could put him out. Do I see that happening? No, I think Jon Jones has a great chin. Where else would Jon Jones be vulnerable and in danger? I mean, the only way I see Jon Jones on his back losing the wrestling and grappling exchanges is if he gasses out. If Curtis Blaydes is able to drag this fight out, let's say it's a 5-round fight, Curtis Blaydes is more adapted to a heavyweight frame and weight. Jon Jones pretty much bulked up to 250 pounds. That wasn't his normal walk-around weight before he made this move to heavyweight. And in his last fight, I mean, it didn't last very long. Training is one thing. You could be in shape in training, you could push yourself, but there is a difference in an actual fight. Although hard training is a great gauge of how you're going to perform in a fight, but it doesn't tell the full story. So again, there's a big question mark there, like how is Jon Jones going to perform in those later rounds when he's pushed, moving around a 250 pound body? If there's any area to exploit and where you're going to beat Jon Jones, is probably that avenue, pushing him, trying to get him to gas out in that big heavyweight frame. Then if you have the cardio and conditioning to turn it up, maybe you could take the fight over. So with Curtis Blaydes, he's a grinder, he's a wrestler, that's what he does. If he can survive the earlier rounds, maybe he can get Jon Jones to slowly gas. Then he could take the fight over. Then I see a possible takedown for Curtis Blaydes. I don't think we've ever seen Jon Jones on his back. What happens when Jon Jones is on his back eating elbows? You never know. It could be a TKO stoppage. But in reality, in my opinion, Jon finds a way to win. I think his mental toughness, his will to win, overcomes his cardio and conditioning, overcomes his body slowing down, gassing. I think the guy's a winner. He's a savage. He finds a way to win. He pushes through. How I see this fight playing out, Jon Jones via domination. I don't think there's anything Curtis Blaydes does that Jon doesn't do better. I think Jon overall is a better athlete. I think Jon Jones would be honestly stronger than Curtis Blaydes. Way higher fight IQ, better skills in the grappling department. I think Jon offers more on the feet. He's more technical. He's more diverse. The area that Curtis Blaydes gets Jon in is the raw knockout power and probably the pure wrestling. Maybe. Jon was actually a good wrestler before entering mixed martial arts. But yeah, I mean, I got Jon Jones in this heavyweight clash big time. I would say a ratio of like 70-30. It's hard for me to pick against Jon Jones at this point. He's more than proven himself over and over again. It's always the next guy that's like gonna have the answer for Jon Jones, that's gonna beat him. What's gonna beat Jon Jones is father time, maybe himself, his ego. That's about it. But yeah, final pick for this fight. I mean, I got Jon Jones. I think Jon Jones would work Curtis Blaydes from the outside, use his reach, throw those little teep oblique kicks, keep Curtis at the end of those punches with that long reach. If Curtis gets gutsy and just shoots in for a takedown, tries to press Jon, I see Jon stuffing it. If Jon wants to score a takedown, I do think he can take Blaydes down. I think once Blaydes is on the mat, I think Jon could tap him out via whatever he wants, whether it's an anaconda choke, rear naked if he gets his back, Darce choke, of course. We've seen Jon land guillotines. That's another weapon against a wrestler when they shoot in. Jon is a beast, man. I mean, I don't see him KOing Curtis Blaydes on the feet. I guess you never know with that 250-pound heavyweight frame now. But for me, it's going to be Jon Jones via unanimous decision or TKO or submission. That's it, guys. That's all I got for this one. Quick breakdown. Let me know in the comment section, what threats does Curtis Blaydes bring to the table against Jon Jones? Does he have a shot at beating him? Do you think Jon dominates? I want to read all your thoughts. Thanks for watching the video, guys. Appreciate all the support. And I will catch you guys on the next one. Until then, please take care. Later, guys.